I feel that India became like a second home for me because of the people there, so welcoming and loving, the culture which is present in everyday's life, and that's what's really different for me and what makes me feel home.
India became like my second home, and when I was back in Baroda and I came out of the airport, I felt like really I'm home again.
When I went back to Germany, I didn't really felt satisfied with my work doing here. So I came up with a new idea, with a new project which will help to engage NGOs, volunteers, local volunteers, internationals, to help to improve the life of underprivileged children.
After my internship at the NGO Vikas Food Trust, where I was teaching some children from morning to evening, I wanted to do more for the children who don't have the same perspective like most of the children in Germany, and that's why I came back.
So I was back in Germany for 1 week, and Johanna and I really became very good friends during our experience in India. So we met in Cologne, we were sitting for hours in a cafe, and I told her about my idea of going back to India in order to make sure that the underprivileged kids are really having a sustainable impact. And she really got inspired, so she said, yes, I really want to join.
After we met in Cologne, we were finally ready to start our first own project, and therefore we first had to make a real work breaking down structure because we never done such a project. So our first part was to find a name for the project, which was so difficult.
So difficult, yes, I remember.
We had such a long Skype talk about the names, and we had a huge list of names, and finally we came up with the name Sparks.
Yes. So I started the documentation part. I started to make a TN form, and we finally launched the TN form on myisec.net, where the interns could apply. And then I met Johanna in Germany.
In the beginning of the whole planning of the project, our main focus was on the interns, because they've never been in India before, and we made actually a Facebook page for them where they could see more about the project. And we also made a group on Facebook where everyone could share some questions and also experiences about how to go abroad, what they need, their suitcase. We made a packing list for them, where we sent emails almost every week, where we gave them new information about India.
Yeah, we were asking them to fill in a profile so that we can get to know them better, even better than in the interviews.
And they all were so excited and nervous at the same time. They were asking millions of questions, and in the end everyone had their visa, everyone had the medicine to come to India, the packing list was checked, and yeah, everything was prepared. They were prepared, and the project could start.
Primarily the desire to explore the world, explore how the greater part of humanity live, and offer my contribution, however humble it is.
I want to challenge myself. This is the motivator for join Sparks.
My motivation to join Project Sparks was to get to know India better, to work with kids, to get really into another culture.
My motivation to join this project is I want to change and to be lovely.
I'm here for Spark is because I want to see Indian and I want to see the difference in India.
I joined Project Sparks because I wanted to live and work in a different culture for some time.
I'm joined to Project Sparks because I want to change something in my life.
I joined Project Sparks because I wanted to experience something new.
I'm in Project Sparks because I wanted to work with children in a different environment.
I joined Project Sparks because I'm curious about India and the way things work.
I joined Project Sparks because I wanted to feel useful and to do something constructive.
I joined Project Sparks because I wanted to find out about this country. I wanted to discover its culture by working with its businessmen and understanding how business works in India.
I joined Project Sparks because I really liked the idea of creating a sustainable impact rather than having this one-time sort of event which doesn't really help anybody, I think.
Finally, everything fell into place.
And we were ready to launch Project Sparks by following our belief.
Change happens on a
Local level.
And spreads on a horizontal
basis.
हाय, दिस इज़ प्रतिभा एंड मैं सहर्ष में से आई हूँ और हम लोग एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो बच्चों के लिए काम करता है एंड वी आर वर्किंग फॉर किड्स फॉर 2 years specifically for underprivileged children and education. So it was really nice to see internationals coming together from different countries for this purpose, for specifically for these kids. So it's really nice. Experiences से देखा है कि बच्चे बड़े हैं. They have grown in these 7 days. हम लोग अगर सब मिलके कुछ कोशिश करें इन बच्चों को कहीं कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटी दे, so definitely we can do the wonders with these kids.
મને ડાન્સ કરવાનું ખૂબ જ ગમ્યું અને આજે હું ડાન્સ કરવાનું શીખી. મને ડ્રોઈંગ કરવાનું સારું લાગ્યું અને મને ડ્રોઈંગ બનાવતા નહોતું આવડતું અને આવડી ગયું અત્યારે. हमने जेमिनी इतिहास और बारे में सीखा कि इनके देश में क्या होता है, क्या करते हैं.
मैंने सीखा कि આપણે દરેક સ્થળે ચોખ્ખાઈ રાખવી જોઈએ. हमें हमेशा हेल्दी फूड खाना चाहिए और हमें खुली वस्तु नहीं खानी चाहिए.